a bit before the opening set. I took the bet, I know the rest is good, I guess. The cavern is a crowd around and I can scarce get by on second breaths between the breaths. Now it's 1 a.m. and I don't know how I'll get home. The way is barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing in between each rest, but I'm not going to cave. I guess I made it. Yeah, I said that I'll come along this time, but when I try, I get the feel that I someday will die, and I'm not going to care. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know and what I know. I'm sitting on the 501, a moment's rest, glacial pace, I won't lose faith. Maybe if I stay around the rest to prove myself, I still save face. Now we're on our way before I quit at 9:30. Can't get out of this, no, I've lost that little time. I guess I'll make it, yeah. I said that I'll come along this time, but when I try, I get the feeling I someday will die, and I'm not going to care. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know. I never sleep, I never eat, I never leave my house alone. Another evening in between what I believe and what I know and what I know. So I walked out the back before the second set settled my debt. I'll miss the rest, that's fine, I guess. The cavern is a crowd around and I could scarce get by on second breath between the press. Now it's 3 a.m. and I don't know how I'll get home. The way is barely paved. I can't keep my eyes from closing, so I'll hit replay.
Box upon this ground, I'd give it up just to burn it down. And if they die, you can blame it on me. I've been setting up gravestones in my hometown. I wish I had been born at sea, then you wouldn't care and you wouldn't know me. Ebb and flow, they just don't carry me home. It's only water and air as far as I can see. Time when you would let me know, because your words weren't taken by your indigo, and I could write it all down in a matter of lines to read back what we had from a previous time. My ancestral passage here was written down each year by year, but the map is too old, see they've forgotten the roads, and so we're living by the creases.
Elgato, please sponsor me. My Stream Deck, once again, decided to give up on me right as I wanted to press a button. Anyway, last night we saw the formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea. Grand Company Veosia. And we saw Fortuno Leveilleur being a terrible father. But today we are venturing out. We are going to Sharlayan. It's time for Endwalker. Okay, maybe I should just let the music run until I actually get into the game. Well, okay, the connection just... There we go. Well, come on, game. There it is. Come on. Load. Square Enix. Pretty new title screen. Anyway. Let me click in here. Okay, maybe we should actually show the trailer first. So, I'm gonna go ahead and mute this. Open this up and pull up my browser. Here we go. Creative Business Units number 3. This is the Endwalker trailer. Footfalls. Hey, it's Meteor Survivor again. It's the Derplander. It's a very distinctive shoe print.
The final days were upon us. The fabric of the star had begun to fray, its land rent by tooth and claw.
Alize? Alize! Oh, Paladin? Oh. Oh. Who's this? Alphino?
Are you all right?
They speak in the
Look after
trailer.
myself, you know. And I've had enough of this rot. Come on.
As the chaos spread, the star seemed doomed to unravel, and yet those who stood in
Estinian!
defiance of that fate.
It's Estinian!
It's all or nothing.
Ah, yes, the most punchable man in Eorzea. The star. Garlemald in shambles.
But will our heroes deign to play their part?
Oh, Thancred?
You took your time.
Oriante!
As we feared. The respite afforded this land was but fleeting. The end draweth nigh.
Razatan? Old Sharlayan. Graha.
I knew it.
I knew it.
This star still has secrets to tell. Take care, my friend.
Shadowbringer's there.
So, Sharlayan would keep its counsel while the world is lost to ruin.
It would. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do
Or
as you
Shino.
must then. But we scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Past the far edge of fate. Green blades dark and light.
Paladin.
Tolling the coming of the end.
Yep, Paladin. He sticks with. Yep, he's sticking with Paladin for this. Fall 2021 was already when was when the game launched. When the expansion launched, so. Shall we? Now, the dialogue we neglected to discuss. Much and more have we discovered of the Telofroid's machinations since Thancred and I did return from Garlemald. Verily, their troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital. When Arenvold tried to free the Amalja held in the tower, it triggered some sort of alarm and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telofroi until a means of rescuing them has been found. In the meantime, the summonings of lunar primals will continue. Just as we must rely on the Grand Company of Eorzea to put down such entities and prevent any further abductions, so too do they rely on us to come through with our investigation. And the dialogue... Check it? Alize? Whatever it is my father and the Forum are hiding, I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. Ishtola? Those who who are brought within close proximity of the towers are tempered into serving Garlemald, then forced to summon lunar primals with ether drawn from the land. But even having understood this, we are yet to uncover what the Telophroi wish to achieve by all of this. Are the towers purely for strategic advantage, or do they serve some other purpose? After the end of the Dragonsong War, I spent many a moon roaming. Kagane, Radzatan, even Garlemald, but never Sharlayan. Not only do the members of the Forum intend to adhere to their long-standing policy of non-intervention, they made a point of sending Master Fortuno here to explicitly state that fact. Rather than simply refusing to involve themselves in our affairs, it would appear they are actively trying to prevent us from meddling in theirs. That does, of course, make Kryle's mission of securing our entry into Sharlayan nigh on impossible. But I am confident that she will find a way regardless. I have a feeling the journey to Sharlayan is going to be quite a test of your nerves, in more ways than one. You'll miss this place when you're away. While you're away, I just know it. But for now, the best thing you can do is get plenty of rest while we wait to hear from Kryle. This is the dialogue ahead of start of patch 6.0. So now we start quest in the patch. Now we start the expansion. Alfredo is feeling the need to take stock. Kinesi, do you have some time to talk? I would like to gather everyone in Dawn's Respite and together assess the situation in which we find ourselves. And here's the first cutscene. Please tell me it's spoken. Nope. Let us take stock of the facts, shall we? The crisis at hand began with the sudden appearance of ominous towers in a multitude of locations throughout the world. We have since learned that said structures were brought into being by an organization known as the Telophroi. The Telophroi stated purpose is to recreate the final days of eons past, an apocalyptic event that would result in the destruction of all we hold dear. Already have these towers of theirs been the cause of untold suffering. Countless innocents kidnapped and imprisoned, their faith perverted for primal summonings. Oh, you hear the leitmotif for footfalls for Endwalker. And unless we find a way to deal with the corruptive auras surrounding the spires, we can't even get close enough to rescue anyone. Those shielded with the blessing of light seem to be able to resist being tempered at least. But after what happened to Arenvald and Fordola, we need to be very, very careful about how we proceed. Yet while these threats come close to home are of paramount concern, we mustn't lose sight of the situation in Garlemald. As you know, the Telophroi are under the leadership of Fandaniel and one other delightful fellow, Xenos Galvus, Crown Prince and our dear friend. To date, he's reclaimed his old body, murdered Emperor Varus, and plunged Garlemald into an even deeper pit of chaos. The capital has probably seen the worst of it. For a good while there, I saw the bloodiest fighting in the War of Succession, but that has since changed, and in troubling ways. Aye, during our reconnaissance, the air was not once rent by the barking of cannons or the cries of discord. It was an eerie fog of silence which did blanket that ruined city. The inhabitants appeared to have been tempered, and with nary a word spoken did they labor to transform the palace into a soaring edifice born of nightmares. If they were indeed made thralls, it seems safe to assume that these events, too, were orchestrated by the Telophroi. An army of primals is awful enough, but in light of recent developments, I fear it's only the prelude to an even greater catastrophe. We need to devise a means to counter this threat, and quickly, before our allies are overwhelmed. We'll find a way into Sharlayan, I'm sure of it. We'll find a way in Sharlayan, I'm sure of it. Master Fortuno's comments regarding the final days were curious, to say the least. The Forum knows more than it's letting on. Sorry to interrupt. Just received word from Mistress Kryl. She says that arrangements for your visit have been finalized. You're to head to Limsa and board the next ship bound for Sharlayan. And on arrival, present yourselves as associates of the students of Valdesian. Come to assist with the Order's reconstruction. Raha? The arrangements may be settled, but what of your fault? They must race at the prospect of returning home after so long. I'm eager to see it, of course. Of course. We should set off at once. And I'll accompany you to the docks. You need at least one person there to wave and cry and wish you a safe journey. New quest accepted, dude! Dun 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 dun. Time to head to Sharlayan. Actually, no. I will use a teleport to go to Limsa. I think about it, I should have just teleported to Mist and gone from there, but... Sea travel can be tedious, but I don't mind it. It is a rare experience for most Ishgardians. Never thought the day would come when I would be sailing home again. It always seemed so very far away. I shudder to think what manner of truth awaiteth us beyond the Indigo Deep. Still more do I dread the prospect of discussions long overdue. Contrary to what you might think, this will be like going home for me as well. I may have learned how to survive in Limsa, but it was in Sharlayan where I was taught. Quite relentlessly, I might add, the skills to properly live. Though a part of me looks forward to returning home, I've not forgotten that my father stripped us of the privileges of our family name. I hope it doesn't cause trouble with the officials upon our arrival. What a grim reason to bring you to Sharlayan. Not much to be done about it, I suppose, but I would have liked to give you the ground tour under happier circumstances. I might have lived in Masamatoya's cave for a good part of my life, but even for me, the thought of returning to Sharlayan is quite exciting. I even imagine how it is for the others who live most of their lives there. Tataru? Everyone's here, which is good, because I already paid for your passage, and the fee is non-refundable. The ship for Sharlayan should be pulling into port soon, so please follow me and have all your luggage close at hand. Understood. That's the ship, then. Judging by how busy it is, I'm guessing, is it spoken? Please let it be spoken, because I don't want to strain my voice too much. Pre-baked animations, it doesn't look
We've
like...
almost finished loading our cargo.
Never mind.
We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny.
It's funny.
Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louisois of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Oh, Thancred just got put on the spot.
Will this be your first visit to Sharlayan, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind.
Little Lord Fino.
You've made your
Point Estinian, painfully well. Colin Ryan, absolutely nailing the, absolutely nailing it.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly.
Silly.
I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world.
Yeah, I wish it was under
And
happier
once
circumstances.
again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
I'll bring them back safe and sound. I promise.
I'll hold you to that.
Oh, believe me, if I were to fail, I wouldn't live it down in the afternoon.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
Good to hear that, you two.
We're set to sail. All aboard for Sharlayan.
Well, that's our ship.
It's time.
Whose turn is it, Thancred?
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
Knazy didn't nod. Or at least I may have missed it.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Emmet?
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Oh, the
And
camera.
there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Da 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 da. I had to make the joke. Uh-oh. Do I hear that? Answers!
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser.
Good morning to you, Graha.
Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
The twins. Oh!
Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself.
Obviously.
In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Sharlayan should be coming into view at any moment.
Got it. I'll see you. Let me guess. You've made this journey before. The other way. Ah. Up the stairs.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think.
Heidelin.
And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
I can trust your words no longer.
You have visited the first. You have every right to say that.
Obviously.
You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Heidelin has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I think it's
I
time.
will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land.
Indeed it does.
We shall meet again, and soon.
Good morning, you two.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Nope, I haven't seen it yet.
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
Footfalls.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I already predicted that he was gonna nod. It's a good way to start this start the expansion. Showing a journey.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Sharlayan all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Sharlayan only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders, especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
If that's the case.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Sharlayan's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we?
And so the entire group set forth. Of course, it's a lot of fun at the desk.
Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Uh-oh.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
Oh.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with a citizen registry kept in the main repository.
Oh. It's basically acting like a search function.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alizé and Alfino, formerly of the House Leveilleur.
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Uh-oh.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny.
Yeah, can confirm that. In front of a head of state,
And
no less.
while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Kinesiologians, artisan.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production. You may enter.
Corrected. Adventurer by trade,
And you,
artisan by
sir?
hobby.
Justinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formerly, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
Mercenary. Ooh. Shit. The man is a terrible actor. Help.
If you'll allow me.
Ah, Miss Valdesian.
My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
There we go. It's snowing! how I am accustomed to fabricating lies on demand. Why should it matter how I earn my living? Here we are at last, the great city of Sharlayan. You may have noticed some similarities to the Crystarium, yes? In fact, but I really should let Crow have a say first. We can continue this conversation at another time. Tale of loss. You're doubtless eager to take in the sights. Not to worry, Knezzy, the city is not like to vanish before we finish our discussion. Oh, their gobby bags are certainly bigger than ours. Even allowing the years I spent in the first past here in the blink of an eye, the city feels untouched by time. Allow me to extend unto thee my warmest welcome, Knezzy. May the wisdom of my homeland aid us in our endeavors. I'm fine, honestly. Better to be waved through with a stern warning than be denied entry after all. That was about as awkward as expected. Still, we're here now, so that's all that matters. I'm glad I spotted your ship coming into port. The officers are born bureaucrats and sticklers for detail. In any case, you may relax and take a moment to get your land legs back. Yes. And... ILV, where the heck is the item level on this item? Does it show it? Oh, it's actually slightly better. On main damage. Crap. Old Sharlayan, new to you. Kryle sweeps the silence with a speculative look. Oh, this screams either unspoken. I had thought to launch directly into an explanation of what I've learned and how we might proceed. But this is Kennedy and Estidian's first time in Sharlayan, and for the rest of you, a homecoming that was long overdue. You must have places you wish to visit, and people you're dying to see. Therefore, I propose we postpone our agenda so that you all may have sufficient time to recover from your journey and get your bearings in the city. Once you've settled in, we can reconvene at the Baldessian Annex. How does that sound? It's a fine suggestion. We may not be welcome at the Levieur estate as such, but I should like to nose around the neighborhood all the same. I am equally untethered, as it were. There is no particular place that my kin call home. Still, I would not pass up the opportunity to reacquaint myself with the city. Likewise, a quick tour of our old haunts might even yield some useful gossip. The annex was west of the Afred Plaza, wasn't it? I shall join you there anon. Yes, we'll see you there. I too have places I would be remiss in not visiting forthwith. But I leave. What of you, Estinian? My services as a guide are yours for the asking. That won't be necessary. Until we reconvene, I prefer to wander as the wind takes me. But I could... Oh. Well, Raha, would you like to join us then? You've been gone for quite a while, and this would be the perfect way to refresh those dusty old memories of yours. Oh, of course, if you will have me. Come, Knazy. Sharlayan awaits. Da, 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 da. Oh dear, his enthusiasm is infectious, isn't it? After you, my friend. I am more than content to follow your lead. Your next quest objective requires escorting. All set? Then let's be on our way. Our first stop at music level will be the last stand. It's the cafe on the west side of the harbor. Kryle is now also accompanying you. Lead your two companions to the last stand and speak with Kryle at the designated location. Warning. Dialogue? This path leading out towards the sea is known as the Faliak Stoa, so named for the statue of the scholar which stands at its end. As you know, the Sharlayan people prize the accumulation of wisdom above all else. Thus, when Faliak was chosen as our patron deity, it was more a matter of pragmatism than belief, an alignment of principles, as it were. We also have honored him with a rather impressive sculpture, yes. But our faith is not so restrictive as that of, say, the Ishgardians. Individual Sharlayans can and do worship the divinities of their choosing. Now that is a sight I could hardly forget. The great statue of Faliak. As a student of Valdesian, I was usually quartered on the Isle of Val. But I would gaze upon the scholar's wise features every time I returned by ship to the city. It's a building as well. Here we are, the last stand. I may have mentioned this before, but although our research into nutrition and food preparation is quite extensive, the average Sharlayan tends to regard seasoning and flavor with a certain indifference. How can I put this? The food is, it's bland. As encapsulated by our infamous Archon loaf, the prevailing sentiment toward cuisine is dietary value first and taste a distant second. There was one pupil at the studium, however, who could stomach the school's insipid meals no longer. So he quit his lessons and poured all his savings into building a proper eatery. So the last stand came to be. It is, as the name implies, the sole dedicated outpost of fine dining in Sharlayan. The one and only bastion of the culinary arts in an isle of otherwise mediocre fare. I seem to recall their burger being hailed as one of the more impressive items on the menu. Not that I ever had the pleasure of eating one myself. Because you were a typical Sharlayan when it came to cheap and convenient, Raha. Surely Tataru has since taught you how to appreciate a well-prepared dish. We should all stop in when time permits and sample the cafe's delights. Shall we press on? The stairs to the side of the cafe there will take us up to the Aphrat Plaza. Straight to Zurich. It's amazing. Best channel of a loved one, if you ask me. Oh. I saw you dozing off. Warning. Warning. An unusual shape, isn't it? I assure you, however, that it's a perfectly functioning Ifrit. Remember to attune yourself before we move on. Now, being the diligent tour guide that I am, I would make mention of the Confluence, a research facility located on this very plaza. Its much vaunted discoveries are the reason Sharlayan stands at the forefront of teleportation technology. In deciphering the underlying principles of Alagon Aetherites, it allowed us to understand and reconstruct what was essentially a lost art. And off we go to our next destination. Our path leads northeast to the Agora, Sharlayan's largest marketplace. Oh. Discuss the bookstores. Do you mind if I browse the shelves for a moment? There might be some hidden gems I've yet to read. Only a moment? How optimistic. Feel free to browse all you like, but we won't wait around for you. Perhaps I'll return here later then. These little open-air bookstalls are so uniquely Sharlayan. I've always thought them a common sight until I visited other nations. There. Retain Evocate. I will obviously move my... I had to do that real quick. Welcome to the Agora, where you can find wares made in Sharlayan, as well as a wide selection of imported goods. They also used to sell questionable prototypes from the various research institutes, but I think that practice has thankfully died out, for the most part. Otherwise, I can think of no better place to stock up for your next big adventure. Am I overselling it? On a more serious note, the next stop on our tour is one which has particular relevance to our ultimate purpose here. We must head back to the Aethirite Plaza, follow the path north, then climb the stairs up to that imposing building at the very top. Oh, the summoning bell is there. I'm gonna check it on my guy. Of course the fleece sells. Archon's design. I'm gonna check up here as well. What gives if you get utterly lost here? Oh. I can see an optional dialogue. But first, I should honestly go ahead and attune to This is an Nymphaeum, an area dedicated to the blessings of water. For Sharlayans, water represents more than a life-sustaining liquid. It's a reminder of the great flood which precipitated the birth of our nation, as well as a symbol to the knowledge which flows from Thaliak's divine Yua. It is the reason you see an abundance of fountains throughout the city, and a propensity for utilizing water as a decorative feature in our architecture. These decorative features are typical Sharlayan in architecture. Aside from the research wing, our headquarters on the Isle of Vow are rather simple and rustic by comparison. I am going to go ahead and just drag them along while I attune to every single little Aethernet shard I can find. Nope, you cannot go for a swim. Which makes sense, it's cold. I always make it a point to just tag everything. I could have run up to Tranquility, but I didn't. Oh, it actually works. I'm giving them a bit of a workout as well. So we go to the rostra. Kryl? This grand structure before you is the rostra. The name refers to the original public platform erected here, upon which a forum of elected representatives would deliver orations and debate policy. Although the stage has since evolved into council chambers, the nature of the forum and the duties of its members remain largely unchanged. Am I boring you, Raha? You seem awfully distracted. My apologies. From here, one can see the entire city spread out below. The Vista put me in mind of my arrival in the first. Those who had gathered at the Crystal Tower asked me how they might go about building a new home. Naturally, my answers were all inspired by my knowledge of the finest settlement I could think of, the great city of Sharlayan. And bit by bit, those few buildings grew into a town, a community, a Crystarium. I can almost see its echo. I see. Feel free to come up here whenever you wish. I don't think the councillors would object to you simply enjoying the view. Such memories should be treasured. For now, however, the tour must go on. Our spectacle of sightseeing concludes with fittingly named Journey's End. Walk down the stairs to the east and continue straight ahead. We're arrived at Journey's End. History tells us this is where those who put ashore with Archon Njunkrup built their first homes. In the present day, it serves as a residential district for the most important officials and the oldest Sharlayan families. You'll see that one mansion is clearly larger than its neighbors. That estate belongs to our friends from House Levier. All things considered, we should probably keep our distance for the time being. With that being, we bring our little Sharlayan tour to a close. I hope it has proven to be an entertaining and enlightening experience. Now, shall we head directly to the Baldessian Annex? You remember the way, don't you, Raha? Let me think. We head down towards the harbor, cross the bridge to our right, and then follow the path below the Ephraim Plaza. Correct. After you, Kinesi. Warning. Right, we cross this bridge here, as I recall. Stick to the path and be careful not to end back up in the Ephraim Plaza. Sharlayan is full of educational and research institutions, but there are still professors who would prefer to establish their own private practices. Not that I ever attended the exclusive schools they run in these residences. Perhaps the twins could tell you more about them. This is it, in the Baldessian Annex. As the joyous look on Raha's face has undoubtedly informed you, this is the Baldessian Annex. If you continue up the hill, you arrive at the doorstep of the phenomenon. But I think we've explored enough for one day. We can take you there another time. Inside with you, then. I'm back, and I brought Kinesi and Raha with me. Ah, you were right about the ship, then. Hello, Graha. It's nice to see you again. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Kinesi. I've heard many a tale of your exploits. Ojika? Ojika Tsunjika! It's been an age. Allow me to introduce Ojika Tsunjika, Administration Officer for the students of Baldessian. He oversees the day-to-day business of the Annex. The champion of Eorzea has featured prominently in Crow and Gra's report. So for me, this is akin to seeing a fabled hero come to life. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. This place is like a second home for the students. The Isle of Val served as our main headquarters, of course, but we often had occasion to visit Sharlayan. Whether to make use of the city's research facilities, attend conferences, or procure supplies from distant shores. And the annex here was built to provide lodgings for our members while we were engaged in such activities. Ever since our former headquarters, along with the isle itself, vanished, the annex has served as our base of operations. And yet it feels so empty. With so many lost to us, our organization is a shell of its former self. The day will come when we will see the students rise again. But first, we must ensure that the Telophoroi fall. Through that door on the left, there's the main hall, where we can discuss our options moving forward. Once everyone arrives, that is, you'll probably have time to rest before our discussions begin in earnest. I have a private quarters prepared for you in the Andron, so please, feel free to make yourself at home. the nap rooms! Perfect for an afternoon doze. Oh, I don't mean to give you the wrong impression. The chambers are quite well appointed. Far more than so than some cheap roadside inn, you may be assured. It was simply that we were often so busy with research and exhausted from journeys abroad, we would slip into the Andron just to steal a few winks. And thus they became known amongst the students as nap rooms, even if many such naps might well last well into the following morning. Say the word and I'll be happy to show you to your chamber. Hopefully the others won't be too long in coming. I'll wait for you all in the main hall. I'll go ahead and check out the Andron then. What is the door actually? The door does open. Let's check it. The Northern Empty, the Andron. Let me just zoom in here. That's an OSHA violation there. That's not secured. Something can fall on my head. There's a table, there's a guest room player. Armoire, glamour dresser, comfy bed, the unending journey right there. A water, a little tub to wash your stuff in. Honestly, yeah, this is the best appointed one. This is the best appointed inn room yet. It's even got a meeting table. Graha? Do you have papers pasted on the walls of your room? So it's not unusual for occupants to pin up notes and documents and such, and then forget to take them with when they went on their merry way. Sometimes it was quite deliberate, though. You might see complaints addressed to other members, or a thank you card for the engrossing literature someone left behind. Beloved traditions, but that I should know better than to dwell upon. If we are to create a future for the students of Baldesia and so many others, we must look to the days ahead. Tradition. Whoa. That's the old Aeolsian map, as we have it at our FC house. The world map. Here we have Aeolsia as we know it. There we have Old Sharlayan, where we are now. Garlemald, obviously. Wait a moment, that's new. This is a very new map. Given the way Garlemald looks on this. Kagane. Doma, the Burn. That's a ton. What is that? Huh. The myth of good King Morgul Morgul 12, may his poem never be summoned again. Feeling refreshed and alert. Alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. I will hit snooze on the ad break. Speak.
Pray forgive me. I was
delayed.
It's fine, Moriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, it simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas.
We are
namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
It's time. We're finally on Endwalker.
The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair. Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal.
Oh. Truly is a global threat, then.
In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
Kaboom.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
That's where I come in, I'm guessing.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnairian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Send a bonanza, and I'll be able to make it.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned.
Oh, this is where the...
As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
This is where the
And
plot
thereby
splits.
gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alice and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
You know what they say.
The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
Not at all.
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
And let that be the moment where... Quest complete. For Thavner bound, that's... Okay, I'll give you guys a poll on both ends. While I go ahead and grab a drink. Poll's running on the YouTube side. I'll go ahead and make the same poll over on Twitch. The ads are coming in a minute. What? I will allow you to rig the vote. I will give you 5 minutes. I'll be back in a moment. And I'm back right as the poll ends, and well, we're going to 5 now, everybody. At least according to Twitch chats. What is YouTube saying? YouTube says fuck all. And looks like Chaos actually contributed 400 channel points, so yeah. Thancred! We are setting our sights on Favner. Thancred is eager to set forth for Favner. I have Kryl's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Favner before, I can travel by Aephorite, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste the time we do not have. Kryl was of the same mind and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. Elucidate me. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee, owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreeder. Moonbreeder was an authority on aephorology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. And it after many times I fought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak. And thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it's too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath been long overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Oh, my tracking's gone. And now it works again. There we go, fixed. This must be the Confluence. Oh, they're building Aephorites. They're built. Whoa! It seems the old methods are simply not productive anymore. Researching teleportation magics is difficult in that it requires an abundance of space, which in turn requires an abundance of funding. Thankfully, we can use this public facility free of charge. A Viera? This is the first time I see a Viera on the outside of seasonal events. On the source. And outside of the player base, too. The study of teleportation requires a firm grasp of the fundamentals of ether, so I make it a point to study the papers of those who come before me. I'm studying a treatise written by Ejika Tsunjika, truly a luminary of his field. Oh, wait. Yep. Here, Camel. Valban. I am researching the Far East's Tenkonto. Here's a bit of trivia for you. It is made of timber. Is it not absolutely fascinating? Why, what a mysterious and exotic land such a place must be. I have seen it before. And I must admit, it is rather impressive. Are you planning on teleporting this? Are you planning on teleporting this pepper over to the other platform? Kite. Well, now this is a rather lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Kryl, the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Favner and understand you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects! Welcome, welcome! Huh? Test subjects? Oh, haven't you heard? Well then, allow me to explain. In order to travel to an Aephorant, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the livestream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aephorant teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there is a way to travel to an Aephorite without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. We've finally done it. We've created a new kind of Aephorite that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes anything. That changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user may need not attune to these Aephorites, but the Aephorites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. And it just so happens that our first test pair of Aephorites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan and the other over in Yedlima, a port town in Favner. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzatan. And indeed, we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. To sum up, we are to test these Aephorites. How fortuitous, for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aephorites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things. Do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. May come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrated as they drift helplessly in the livestream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Skrull truly knows how to pick him. Speaking of which, where's... Oh, there he is. If I might change the subject. Our Master Wilson and Mistress Louida are not present today. You didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand. But I'm not privy to the details. I see. Says the blind man. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aephorite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. You're gonna fucking yeet me across space again, aren't you? Prepare your stomach, everybody. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Good luck. Given my expertise with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations. But I will trust in Kryl. Though no words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Favner. There we go. Okay, that was an abrupt change in music.
Right, we're all set.
Okay, I got the voice all wrong. Higher pitched.
Just the four of you, was it?
3. Estinian's gonna teleport the old way.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnir.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects.
Look at that Aetheryte
Oh, well, never mind.
earring.
If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
I want one. I wanted one of those, but I don't have it because that's locked away behind a pre-order bonus that's no longer available. We are about.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Hold on to your butts. Uh-oh. I don't like that noise.
Oh, and one last thing.
It's gonna hurt, isn't it?
You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What do you mean, teensy weensy touch? Ah! And here we are loading into the next area. And do we get another monologue from Emmett? Do 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 do. Huh? What the fuck? Fankred? And there go down. Ilsebard. Favnir. I would imagine, even if it doesn't show it, I would imagine that, yes, my character would have, oh. Well, I guess we need to run the report. I would imagine, yes, he would have, my character would have puked up his breakfast as a result of that teleportation. What was it? Oh no. Oh no, that's a... Yeah, last night's dinner as well. previous night's dinner as well. Will you manage to will yourself to your feet? But given your condition, will you be able to manage to reach Justinian in time? Where is there he is! Oh. And yes, he is sick. Justinian, you there. I need free drinks. Something to help the fever sickness. By them, Nusha, traveller. I mean, greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir. You come to me. My special lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. Only the... For the low price of 19,800 gil. Not one, not two, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery. You want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out will be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and using gestures deny the deal is fair. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. This merchant is swindling me. Sincerest apologies, sir. I appear to have prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. Confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Farewell, then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. And will I collapse? Urianje. Here. Drink this. Praise be to the 12. Praise be to the 12. Yeah, he doesn't. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to the Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us Tataru's wrath. There you go. Sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right. I'm ready to get on with it. And lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. Thy hair. Aye, I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. Man said it's a Favnarian weave. Tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. Tataru's gonna kill us. It is not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but this is uncommonly so. I'm inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, unusually so. Claiming Favner as its dominion, the nation of Radzat-Han have long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasadara, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture of rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the Bronx of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over. A development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this have combined to make a trading power of Radzat-Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that the merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it would be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye? We've naught to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Krau's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedlimat? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. That girl's coming out of your personal accounts. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? 'Tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the chirurgeons removed me from my armor and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Much better. On low tide, his stomach behaving once more, Fankred is ready to get to work. Right, let's split up and make inquiries in town. Gnazi, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Ephorite. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Oh, I already have this one bought on. There we go. A crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruit, but they are on the verge of spoiling as if they have been left too long. Aura? Excuse me, ma'am. What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. I still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could have been even worse. I Could have a consortium to keep afloat like Kalzal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have but have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at Saltwind Sails, the harbour guild building across the water from here. Yes, the Matonga in the room. Never had, never will. There we go. Oh, I can actually buy stuff here. Good to know. Aha! There's a guy here. Well, no, if it isn't a traveler. You're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly sprung up on Nagoner. Just stood there and loomed ominously. Perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no! It had to spawn fell fiends as well. You'll still have our alliance thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. What do you expect me to do? It's quiet. Too quiet. The Dalmascans aren't coming? We already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, I must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defenses, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. My God, but this will be an enormous loss. All right, forget about the Dalmascans. Surely some ships are still coming. Fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favorites. Our consortium works closely with the merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kalzal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we were discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsya, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later, then. Oh, he's on the pier. Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? I am Matya, the fisherman of Akyali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. As soon as he's free anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Horse chestnut handgear. A fisherman's friend. Matsya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it you do? I'm an adventurer by trade. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? And that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? See, I brought some fresh fish with me. The portion I couldn't preserve, and I wanted to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, it's as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. What? Maruna. Yes? Greetings, friend. How fare you of late? Greetings to you, too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstance. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when that tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain here for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's no place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Oh, trust me, I don't. I'll make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon so we can get back to our normal lives. To the days where you could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of which, why not have some fresh fish today? Fresh fish, you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. Wow, when you bait me like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch of the day is shallow cod. Delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeeded in making a sale. Catching! Oh, I better not go ahead and... I best not ambush. Stand, great work. Nashreen? A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade. But with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. Not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. Oh, I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. I'll mind off the troubles for a moment. Conversation ends without a sale. Never mind, if nothing else, you're left with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? Okay, that didn't work. Oh, it's Urianje. Tis a storehouse like any other. At first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there is a distinct lack of activity. Kareen. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh God, it's my stomach. Aphid sickness. No, nothing so unusual. You better already get back to work. I just ate a little too quickly. Should take it easier. Eat more slowly and savor your food. Yeah. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. I guess not. Circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And I'm working as hard as I can while... What an industrious young man you are. Well, it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. Well, if you excuse me, I must be getting back to work. Damn it. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Oh, we only managed to make one sale. Ah, shame. I know a man who might appreciate a good fish. Matsya. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell one of the 3 people you approached. It was difficult, but when you put your mind to it, you succeeded. Although you did fail too, but there are lessons to be learned in both success and failure. By applying yours, I'll endeavor to become a better peddler. There's only so much I can do alone. I hope things will return to normal for Calzal soon. Thought I heard a familiar voice, but who should it be but Matsya? Calzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore? Sorry, Matcha, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do, but as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I can't wait. Won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Sisters? Calzal? Calzal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Poor Calzal. Oh, sisters. To the plaza, because it's time to talk to Fancred. We're shelling out. Tikahike. 396 West. Rianje? Mayhap owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's livestock appear more pronounced here than in Eorzea. There you are. Gotten over the ether sickness, have you? So I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Yeah. Trade's all but dried up. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods. But to think it would be to such an extent. Another notable, if not worrying, not wholly unexpected, discovery. Disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are most certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telophoroi. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. That Matsya fellow you were helping. He is Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that the Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. Better go after him. Machiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryl's acquaintance, incidentally. Get settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Oh. Well, net traveler, might I interest you in a chocobo porter? Yo, elephants. You do not see Matcha nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Oh, I see a blue quest. You do not see Matcha from here either. No, leave me alone! Help! Somebody help! Matcha's voice, and it came from the north. There! Fuel. Gather fuel. Matcha. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We'd heard that the Akasadara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've all considered me and the others, but fishing is all we know. The ocean is all we have. All we have. I see. It's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I've no idea what they are, but I've heard some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For some reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. House of Divinities in the old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all that we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish. To answer your question, yes, of course. I will gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller and ask my fellow villagers to do it. Please come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honored to share our knowledge. And fish! What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Alkili? Wonderful! Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. "'Tis the simulacra of Favnarian gods that are being summoned. If any doubts existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hanish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions to oculi. Although I should honestly head back to Yedlimat because, well, there's a side quest that I need to do. Stepchild. Ogul. Child of the steppe. Zayla. Ogul's looking around in trepidation. Why are there Matonga everywhere? Has this town fallen? Your face. It's known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the mole in the Nardum. I'm Ogul of the Katayan. It's our bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I have foolishly blundered into a den of Matanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they are slaughtered? The Arkasodara are a civilized tribe. I do not doubt your word, but grandmother would always warn me that if you encounter a Matanga, you turn tail and flee, as fast and far as you can. Her tales were awful and bloody, now, the very sight of them, the terror rises unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg of you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet this Kankana, the person that Sailors told me about. She is said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I will see what she has for me. I'll be running ads while I do this quest. MSQ progression will be doing while I do this side quest. MSQ progression will be done outside of ads. Consider it bonus content. What are the odds that I've already peeked inside here? By the dusk, mother, no one's told me Kankana was a Matanga. How can I ask you to speak to... Could I ask you to speak to her in my stead? Sure, why not? Hello. Welcome to Yedlimat, traveler. I am Kankana, and it is my job to assign the right work to the right workers. May I have your name? Kinesilatches, but I am speaking on behalf of this. Teresian Ogul, was it? Let me jot those down. Grandmother, why? Why did it have to be a Matanga? Is your companion quite all right? Yes, people... yeah. Gaius... Yeah, the people just... yeah. An understandable reaction. The Gaiatsura tribe has done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. It's left I have only tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Fighting? I can fight, lest you doubt my skills less likened to that of the Dragonbane. Lady Jakazo herself. I am not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out on escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and ask that you send any prospective protectors their way, should I happen to enlist any. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There is to be a ritual dance performed at Kajaya's footsteps. They'll need incense and costumes for the dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. And these artisans you speak of, do they also include the Kalimatanga in the number? There's an Akasodara who submitted the request. I hope that won't be a problem. Not at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of my most feared enemy. Kenzie, I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me your strength with the Pray lend me the strength of the victor of the Nadam. And half the reward for this task will be yours. Sure, why not? The artisans don't plan to venture far. Leave Jetilma to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. That's where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes? Oh, the poor soul. I'll go. It does want to give me courage. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Glad to have such courageous. Is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course, I should have thought of it before. To harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have no need to fear him being harmed. Perfect. I must say this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds. I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened of the Akasodara? I have met such travelers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the area as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Ogles run off into the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol. Uh-oh. That's a fight. Tusk, trunks, bone-crunching feet. Are you all right? You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my injuries are light and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. To meet the others? Oh, what happened? Did you slay the beast? No, that was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing my tongue stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother told me we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, I couldn't have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Casey, but why did you follow me? You were on patrol. Forgive me, I should have waited for orders instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Still, we should return to our employer. I want to make sure that the wounded man reached safety. Not again, Ogle. Deep breaths. Don't let it wash over you. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, I imagine if you hadn't come at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, you can collect from Kankana. Yep, there, Kankana. There we go. I suppose we report to Kankana then. Lima did really just scream, just. I had no such troubles in Doma or Kagane. I assure you, this is different. There you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on the job well done. As a response to recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Favner rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Pray, please accept your payment, half each as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you if so. You poor soul. The Matanga along the way. Oh, you... You can understand why Knazy would feel a certain sense of responsibility for Ogle. Ah, there is the first Aether current. There's the first of many Aether currents for this expansion. Travel Aether currents. 4. Favner. Oh, that was the second zone. Favner is the second zone. Good to know. He speak to with Matsya. Ryanje. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this island, to hear them spoken by heirs of this storage heritage giveth them new life. Sure, I can catch a few fish if I take the boat out, but I've got nowhere to sell them. Even though I do what I can to preserve them, they end up going. I'll just fill my stores instead of filling my pockets. Thancred? A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. Estinian? Mark you that platform out on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. Perhaps. Kanga. Welcome to Akiali, my friend. The name means White Beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than start with Kanga and old Hoisfjeda. They're free at the moment as it happens. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and the Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. Hasveda. Interested to learn about our gods, you say? Heh. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusha and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusha, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusha coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods, possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem to one another, the Manusha have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Cutscene? Is it spoken? Please tell me let it be spoken. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. These are the Manusha. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The Sender is the eldest. Sinduruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, the alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sandurova. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindurova, the younger sibling. She presides over the crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Though each is worshipped for their own reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. And in like fashion to the Manusha, the deities of Feozia preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you will find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Kasodara. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too. It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Ratatan, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear, and I am confident the information you've given us will serve well in our efforts to deal with the tower. It's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sought out Krail's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Krail's notes, we are to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. And we end the quest soaked. We don't have a soggy cat counter like another series. The Great Work. Matsya has a shrine in his Matsya has a shine in his eyes that wasn't there before. Here I am reading into that. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful and kind and understanding. And I did say she's beautiful. Did I say she's beautiful? I could stare at her dainty eyes and adorable trunk all day. And those eyes. You need to take care you don't drown in them. The great work further north along the coast. A Hamsa. Nope, I cannot Skyrim my way up. Uh-oh. If there was a battle, there's a conspicuous lack of blood. What in the world? In such manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? Oh no, the people. Hmm? And who might you be? Uh-oh. Instantly awake. Ah! What are these scales for? An inoculation. This hints at what is to use your dragoon. Do best answer. Oh, he knows. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Run! It's... immediately reacted to like... Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Plus, maybe out of the rain as well. Okay. Okay, let me tag the chocobo keep real quick. There we go. And the aephorite. Pray pay me no mind, I am here that I might be of service, nothing more. This said shellfish is ideal for those who've suffered blood loss. Mayhap we should have acquired some from Matcha. Allow me to thank you for answering our call. Many towers have appeared around the world, and we are grateful that you would assist us with ours. Though Crown herself is tied up with another investigation, Kinesi is an eminently capable substitute, and we will spare no effort to aid you. If I understand correctly, you seek to make talismans that can nullify etheric emissions. Indeed we do. As you know, the tower emits vast concentrations of ether. One cannot go anywhere near it without being tempered. As such, we can only study the tower from afar, and are powerless to deal with it in any consequential way. In order to strike back, the satrap bade us alchemists create enchanted talismans. Talismans that will allow our soldiers to venture into the tower, even should they lack innate protection. Could such a thing be possible? Admittedly, we are still in the midst of testing, but we are quite confident. Even prior to this, our people have long pursued countermeasures against the etheric corruption of primals. Of the methods tested to date, those utilizing dragon scales proved the most promising. Owing to their etheric density, the scales are highly resistant to disruptive forces. The mightier the dragon, the greater the resistance. We seek to amplify this protective property through our alchemy. Thanks to the scales provided by His Excellency, we have been able to make steady progress with the talisman. Soon we'll be ready to conduct a field test, and that's where you and your Blessing of Light come in. Better than having my blood drawn, I suppose. Perhaps so. And knowing my colleagues, they won't be satisfied with blood alone. But as for your task, we only ask that you serve as an escort. I will explain in greater detail later, but you will be venturing into the tower's field of influence. And so, for your own safety, I would first test how your blessing shields you. With your permission, of course. In that case, Orianja and I will find other ways to make ourselves useful. Seeing as you all work to the point of collapse, I suspect you could do with more hands. We would be grateful for any assistance you can provide. If you are ready, then let's put your blessing to the proof. If you exit the great work and turn south, there will be a hill to the right. I will meet you at the top after seeing to some preparations. I have this feeling this would be a good place to end it for today. So, let's see who we can raid out to. As for YouTube, good night and I'll see you next week.